Well, I'm all settled into my hostel on February 22nd, 2012. I'm in this area called Friedrichshain, um, probably kind of close to, what is it called? Near Neukölln, but also Kreuzberg, I believe, is the name of the other area around here. And there's a lot of Middle Eastern type restaurants here. This seems to be a little bit of that yuppie slash hippie zone that I'm in right now, and it's very young parents oriented from what I can see. There is the signature yellow U-Bahn system that Berlin is known for, and I don't know exactly which church or community center this is here. I literally just pulled out the camera and started filming, as you can probably tell. Oh, I'm trying to stop the ums. Someone recently pointed out the and that's typically what happens when you go completely unscripted. I'm quite cognizant of it, but I just I'm not as guilty of it when I'm doing something with a completely professional bent on it. I think this area was pretty marginal maybe no more than 10 years ago. But now this is where a lot of people are fighting to get a place. And yet I looked for some properties. I always look at properties when they're being rented. Okay, so this, it translates, evangelical church, but they don't really have that in the American sense. And it looks like der Stil Kinderspielzimmer. It's kind of probably more of a community center, as I was hinting. And you often see dead ahead places called Hühnerhaus. It's chicken wings, maybe some kebabs. I believe that's how they typically are. No ums. I will get you a closer view of the menu if it doesn't violate anyone once we get close. It reminds me a lot of Denmark here, except for it's a lot edgier. Yeah, it's all chicken wings, salads, and the prices are so reasonable. I don't know if you can get a sense of what they're like. Germany is one of the European countries that fairly heavily subsidizes its food comparatively to other northern countries. I would say that it's, from what I can see so far, noticeably cheaper than Spain, but maybe on par with Portugal. But there are higher wages here, I believe, than Portugal. And Berlin is said to consistently have an unemployment rate of around 25%. I have nothing to base an agreement or disagreement about that with, but I can tell you that property is cheaper here than it is in any other European capital, including a fair bit of the eastern ones. I know for a fact it's cheaper to buy than it is in Warsaw, if we're talking within the city proper. It's really a peaceful scene for a Wednesday night. But back to property again. If you're a studio. Berlin has mainly been known as a place that artists can get cheap studio space. And people really used to get cheap space years ago, but like any other good idea, people catch on and then it's harder to get in. But there was an advert up about rent, and what you will often see with German property advertisements is that it'll say Warmmiete, which means including the utilities associated with keeping a warm place. And that seems to add about a third to the cost. But in this area, it looks, if you're getting around 40 meters squared, which is around 450 square feet, you're going to pay, I'd say, around €1 per square foot. That seems to be about the ratio, actually. And that's quite reasonable for Europe, for utilities being included. And, oh, this appears to be some kind of cafe. The prices are reasonable for things, again, and from what I've seen, the quantities are more compatible with North American sizes, but certainly not the exact same quantity or anything. And I'm headed northeast now, just sort of aimlessly. It's very tranquil. Again, lots of small children, as I've been saying in correspondence with others as well. And that's always a sign of economic vitality. An invisible sign that some economists are said to use. Oh, yeah, there was a shouting down there. I wasn't really paying attention to the exact meaning of it, though. Another indicator is men's underwear sales. When men feel secure financially, they invest in more, I don't want to say intricate, but they just invest more in underwear. Whereas if times are lean or expected to become leaner, that's one of the first areas that men cut, because it's something that can be easily disguised. Anyway, that's it from Friedrichshain tonight. I will try to get you some more clips. Thanks for watching. Bye.